Hey everybody, it's Michael! Once again, back with another Good Place discussion video. This time, we saw Chidi seize the time knife. There's like, seesaw, it's somewhere in there. Anyway, this show is so good at like surprising me, and like the last few minutes I was just on the edge of my seat, like my heart started racing faster, and it was like, how are they like going so exponentially, like, and it's like it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, let's start at the beginning of the episode. So we go into the IHOP, and it's some weird like aquarium video game place, and like the first thing that I thought of when Michael like put his hand in the thing and then had the hand, like over it on this little platform, little platform, there's a few people on it and there's a giant hand there, and it's like, is this Smash Brothers? But anyway, it like went so over the top where it was a weird feeling, because like usually it's like, it's like mostly a normal place, but then there's like one like weird thing where it's like, oh, then maybe there's like a demon over there, but like they're an actual like lava dude instead of, someone in a human suit in the bad place or whatever. But this one, they were just like, let's go to 110 instead of the usual like 30 that we're at. And it was insane. Like, I was kind of out of it for a little bit, where I was like, whoa, this is like a little bit much. Like, it just kind of looks weird them walking around, but then like I kind of got used to it. And like the weird slug thing, the need noggle that was on like the Honey's shoulders, like looked so like disgusting, but it's like I kind of want a plush toy of that now. Like, I just want a plush toy to just put on my shoulders and be like, hey, look at him. But yeah, IHOP was not just a restaurant initially like I thought it would be. Like, we got there eventually and wasn't even there for long, and they didn't even like make any jokes with it. Like, they didn't have Jason going like, I want a Rooty Tooty fresh and fruity. So it was kind of like weird, but like, once again, it's like, I have this idea for the Good Place, and the writers are like, okay, no, let's have our own idea, which is 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 times better. And yeah, we're just gonna like go full steam ahead in this show, and it's so exciting. It's like, where is this going? What's going on? It's so thrilling, and I love being able to watch this every week and being able to be a part of the journey. Jen is so good. I expected maybe her to be gone for like the episode and like maybe show up at the end and be like, okay, I've made my decision. Earth sucks. But it's like, you still have the opportunity to do good things. Anyway, you guys are being tortured, and then Michael will be like, oh no, and to be continued. But no, like, I feel like it might have been a little bit too easy. Like, I agree, and it's like, yeah, there are valid points there, but I feel like maybe it went a little bit too fast. But I don't really, like, know how it could have been done better. Maybe they could have been discussing, like, backup plans, like sort of like how in the last episode or two, in the episode or two ago, where Janet was like, okay, you have to marbleize me right now, which, by the way, that just basically confirms to me that marbleizing is endgame, because they were like, okay, let's do it. Just kidding. Psych. We didn't actually do that, so marbleizing is definitely like irreversible, and if the humans are marbleized inside of Janet, they dead. They're totally going to die again. How many times have they died? Like, more times than the average human. But also there was this one quote, and I really liked it. When Jen came back from Earth, she said, Earth stinks, y'all. It's hot and crowded, but somehow also cold and lonely. And I don't know why. I just like the way that sounded. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's very Instagram caption worthy. Just keeping that in the back of my brain. But then also, like, when they were like, hey, here's Sean, let's bring him back here, and just, like, the creativity of this show is, like, so good, and they really, I know I've said this multiple times, and even, like, back to the beginning of the episode, they really, like, just go all the way with it. Like, they were just the meeting place, and then Chidi just falls through the floor, and then starts going everywhere all small. It's like, okay, this is so stupid, but I love it, and it's amazing. And like Janet like grabbing him and just tossing him on the chair and him like rolling back, it just looked so cool visually, and it's like, yes, it's a visual medium, so do things visually and make it interesting to watch. And they're like, okay, let's do that, we're doing that, and it's like a good show. Like, it's so great to watch. Anyway, before I just start repeating what I've been saying, let's go to the next point. Derek. Once again, I kind of feel like this is cheating. Like, I feel like this episode kind of cheated a bit, and I don't know if it's going to, like, explain it later, or if they just, like, couldn't figure out a way to, like, fit it in nicer, so they just kind of did it in the background. Like, when he was like, oh yeah, she found a random plunger in the background, and every time she, like, hits it, I get rebooted, and I'm smarter now. And it's like, yeah, I know that that's similar to Janet, like, the giant button, but I feel like that was, like, partially planned, right? Like, by Michael to be like, okay, here's the thing right here, just in case, wink wink, if maybe someone did something bad, they can press it, and then this one's just kind of like a random plunger that we hear about, like, off screen. I don't know, it just kind of like felt weird. Like, maybe they're going fast, but maybe they like went too fast to where like they hit like a little thing, and then you goes boom, and then you like miss a little bit, and then, you know, like a car, like, oh, boo, it's like, oh, we missed just a tiny, tiny bit. Like, it's not enough to ruin my enjoyment of the show, and I still thought this was a great episode, but, like, this kind of puts it, like, a little bit below, like, the last few episodes, like Janet's, or Don't Let the Good Life Pass You By, or Book of Doug's, or whatever. It was nice seeing Janet's powers back. Like, I didn't even notice it until, like, she, like, popped up by Michael, and, like, you hear the little noise. It's like, we haven't heard that in a while. Yay, hooray. Which, I know it's weird because we just had an episode where we're inside of Janet's void, but, like, it feels different. Like, I don't know, it felt satisfying hearing that right there when Michael was, like, making the brand new neighborhood, and also like seeing him like just standing there with like his like blueprints for the neighborhood, like just standing there and like seeing like completely blank. It's like, not saying that that's a great wallpaper material, but I might be changing my Twitter header sometime soon. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and one scene that I absolutely adored, completely loved this scene, was when Janet popped up, like right after she popped up, and she's like, I have 11 billion ideas, and Michael's like, yes. I'm so glad you're here, Janet. Me too. And you know, there's just like a moment of silence where you can just tell that they're both happy and comfortable with each other, and just, they love each other so much. And it was such a good scene. Like, it was 5 seconds max, but it was absolutely fantastic. And just the emotions that they get across, it came together really well, and it's just kind of like silent, and it's so good, but not like an awkward silence where it's like, that went too long. It's like, that was absolutely perfect. And then at the end, it was absolutely heartbreaking seeing Michael like react to Sean's Michael costume. Like, I knew that they were gonna do something like crazy, because like they were probably just gonna torture them. I assumed that they would like make him watch, but like I feel like this is like just as bad, because it's like, oh, they're feeling betrayed after you've spent so long working against that. Psych, we're just gonna make them think that you did that anyway. Like, we spent and seeing Michael's like reaction to it, like we spent a whole season and like a half of him unlearning his like toxic, torturous behavior, and then seeing how devastated he was that someone that looked like him would be successfully torturing people. It was heartbreaking. Like, I was just sitting there like getting teary-eyed because I was just watching Michael also get teary-eyed, and it's like, he's a demon, but he's crying about the possibility of 4 humans being tortured by someone who looks like him. It's just, this episode worked very well. Like, even, like, I know I kind of nitpicked some things earlier, but just like the good parts of it overweigh that, so it's still a great episode. And then the ending was, like, I know I've been saying thrilling a lot, but my heart, like, went up, like, seeing the timer in the background where it's like, oh, this human's waking up. This brand new character is about to wake up. And everything is on this. This is, like, it. And I know we say that, like, every season, but it's like, next season has to be the final season, right? Like, I don't see where they can go from here. I cannot fathom where it's like, this either goes south and they lose and game over, or it's successful and they win. You know, like, it's like, I don't know where we're going. I'm just trusting the driver to take us to where we're going and not crash us. And we haven't been crashing so far, yet we've been going, you know, all these slopes. We've been doing loop-de-loops as well. Like, it's been crazy. And, like, seeing Michael, like, almost faint, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what's going on, because it's like, Eleanor's like, oh no, it's up to her now, and my idea is that she's going to be the architect, right? Like, she's going to go over to John and be like, hey, John, come on in, and then she's going to, like, help explain and, like, hide Michael. That's just where it makes sense to me, but, like, it's just, like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, it kind of reminded me of Portal, like, you know, at the beginning when you're, like, before you're testing, like, when he was just there with his eyes closed, and it's just so cool, and it's like, I love this show. I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about this episode. Chidi sees the time knife. Good television. Good television. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for the next episode of The Good Place next week. The credits started playing like a minute or two before the end, and it's like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, the earlier the credits play, the scarier and more intense the ending is. Like, we also had this type of thing when, I think this was the first time I noticed it, when Michael and the humans were, like, running out of the good place, or out of the bad place, like, headquarters, and, you know, they were, like, in the portal, and then Michael was trying to find the last pin, and then they played it, like, as they were running, but then they get there and it stops, and it's like, what's happening here? And then he, like, sacrificed himself. So good. The character development is so good. I love these characters. Anyway, see you guys next week for the next Good Place. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. It's like, Anyway, I've been going on. I've been rambling for way too long. Also, they, poked fun at Chick-fil-A, and that's just, like, a funny thing, because, like, my friends have said very similar things to that, so it's like, I was like, ha. I don't know, it's just, like, weird that this show is, like, on TV and also popular. Like, it's like, I like this thing. It's popular and just, like, getting lots of playtime, and also is, like, brave enough to say, like, those kind of small things like that, and it's crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Good Place. Bye.